All right. Well, welcome to Period 2 General Manager Best Demonstrated Practice Roundtable, where I'm excited. I've got some of the great restaurant managers and district managers in our territory, and we're going to celebrate some great performances here. Just as a reminder, we kind of, our 2021 focus is this U.S. strategic plan, where we cover the fun and energizing place to work, fast food done right, great restaurant experiences, big end breakfast, and profit means growth. And what you see here displayed for everybody is the top general managers in each one of these pillars. First, we've got Laura Lee Fields out in Owasso, Oklahoma. We got Nikki Omadpour out in Tulsa. George Ihioba. Hey, George, come off mute there. Did I say that right? Ihioba?
You're right. You're right.
Yes. Ihioba out in Topeka, Kansas. We've got Andrew Wolf out in Clay Center, Kansas as well. And then Ashley Bryant, Junction City. And then very, very excited, we've got Annabelle and Talia out in Shawnee, Kansas, where Annabelle has, if you take all 5 of these pillars together, she is the top general manager for Period 2. So very excited about this group that we have here. Let's go ahead and start over with Laura Lee Fields with a fun and energizing place to work. Now, this year we've kind of added a couple metrics into this this pillar, right? First, we had We Learn training as a foundation, but we've added health and safety, friendliness, and cleanliness from our voice of customer data, just to kind of round out this pillar, because we think that a fun and energizing place to work should be driving those perceptions from our guests, right? So health and safety, friendliness, and cleanliness all kind of adds together for a fun and energizing place to work. Laura Lee, this is the second time that you've been a leader in this pillar, and I know that you're starting to see a lot of results coming from that. And I just want to let you come up forward here, unmute, and just kind of give us some words of wisdom, right? How do we get some of the results that you're seeing out in Owasso, Oklahoma?
For the most part, just using repetition with my crew members and my managers. We started using the FSA audit when it first came out to go over everything, like on the cleanliness portion of it. The Wendy's Done Right visits, they're also aware of that. We've all looked over them. We've all discussed it together, and making sure that I'm just holding everybody accountable. But at the same time, my crew members also hold managers accountable. So it's not just a one way or the other. We all work together. They know the standard. They know what's expected. And so every day we just come in and try to do the best that we can and make sure we keep everything going.
You know, I hear you said 2 things there that I really that stood out to me. Was one is that you're leveraging the FSA, this the self audits and the pre-work to kind of leverage this environment, this culture that you're building in your restaurants, clean and energized and fun working environment. And so you're leveraging the FSAs as a way to kind of drive those results as well. The other thing I hear you say is this: it's not just the management team holding the crew accountable. The crew can hold you accountable because we're not perfect, right? Even as leaders, none of us are perfect. So allowing the crew members, I used to do that a long time ago, allow the crew members, hey, call me out. And once you do that, boy, it raises the standard, doesn't it? Because they'll call you out in a heartbeat, won't they?
Oh, fast.
Well, I love that. And I think that also adds to a fun and energizing work environment. Someone say, hey, Laura Lee, you didn't wash your hands. Wait, you always do that, right?
Oh.
Yes, of course. So great. Well, it's awesome to see you here twice. I know that there's someone calling you. You need to get customer first, right? I'm just kidding. But, you know, we've done a lot of research on the importance of We Learn training as a foundation and how that drives results and lasting results, because we can muscle numbers. I can go in a restaurant and muscle some numbers, but to have the long lasting results, that's where We Learn training and this foundation of a fun and energizing place to work comes in. So great to see you here leading again. Great to hear your insight. Looking forward to seeing you on these calls a lot this year. So thank you very much. Now, moving from Laura Lee out in Owasso, Oklahoma, moving to Nikki Omepour. Now, Nikki, you guys might recognize her name. She was the leader in the fun and energizing place to work category a few months ago. Now she's leading in fast food done right. This does not surprise me at all. I know from years of experience that when you set that foundation, this fun and energizing place to work, and you train your crew, and not just train them, don't just check the box, but really hold them accountable to that repeatable standard, we see results. And right now, Nikki's seeing a lot of results across her entire business. She just had a division vice president in her restaurant. Mike Gist was in her restaurant to give her and her team a big high five. She was actually pinned live in the restaurant by Mike Gist. And just real quick, I want to go to that video and show you that, guys, that real quick.
Everybody's for success and working the standards is absolutely worth a candidate lapel band. I'm presenting that to her on all of your behalf, right? So let's get her here. Great job.
That was amazing. That was fun. That was a great time down in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, Nikki, why don't you go ahead and come off of mute and kind of tell us how you're connecting this fun and energizing place to work to the results, right? The results the customers are saying that you're doing fast food right.
It's all about the training. So when you get the right people with the right training and making sure that you train them right and the right win this way, you get the result. So that's all the teamwork that will make sure that all the relearns are done. We make sure that we certify all the employees that we have, the old one and the new ones since I took over the store. And also we train some training buddy to make sure that the new people are getting trained right with the training buddies that we have. And we're changing the behaviors and culture on training to make sure that the taste of the food is fresh. Make sure that the accuracy is 100% done. So
now the training really drives the results. Now I'm sure if you just hired somebody and said, here, sit down there and watch some videos, and then come here, let me show you how to do it, then that's not the lasting impact that we need for a Wendy's branded employee, right? Somebody that's going to execute consistently every single time, right? That repeatable standard. But the training buddies really stands out to me because you mentioned that last time you were on this call, the training buddies. So you're talking about this training. You're elevating in your vocabulary, in your speech, and how you talk to the crew. You're elevating this importance of training consistently throughout the entire day. Do you think that's probably what's driving a lot of the results out there?
absolutely.
Well, that's awesome. Now, Ephraim, I know you're here as well, her district manager. You're there to support her. I know that you two have worked together for quite some time, and we're really excited that you guys are on the Wendy's team and the Wendy's family, already driving a ton of results out there. So congratulations, you guys. I appreciate it. Continuing to move on through to great restaurant experiences. We're going to go out to Topeka, Kansas, where we've got George Yahoba, and he is a district manager, but he's actually kind of covering in a restaurant because they're looking for the right person to fill that GM role out at 4929 in Topeka, Kansas. But George, while you're there, your leadership, your influence, it has been such an impactful influence there that now that restaurant's leading our entire territory in great restaurant experiences. So overall SAT's almost at 86%. Zone is down to 7, which it was a little bit higher, elevated before you got out there in November, right? I think it was November, but speed of service is at 90%. So, we have the number, right? We want to be in the 180s on throughput speed of service, but this is the voice of customers. It's the guest perception of speed at 90% out in Topeka, Kansas. George, really glad that you're on the call here. Love to hear some insight on what's working for you out there in Topeka.
Right. We're in the people business, like I've always said, and if we're people business, it's all about people. So now we have to recruit right, train right, execute the system to standard, and just build the system around the people, and ultimately we get the results that we need. Everyone wants to be the best. I mean, that leads to low turnovers and great customer satisfaction. Again, that is where I said when we, in the course of pursuing perfection, excellence is achieved. Every day we come in, do the right thing, and execute the systems, train the people right, so that they enjoy what they do. They want to come back the next day, and that's just how we run the business. And day in, day out, people love to work for us, and I think that is the goal.
You know, George, I love listening to you. I love listening to you talk about those things. What I get from you is that, when you mention people, it's a people first environment. You're led by people. I say sometimes that you want to move from tactical to impactful, right? Tactical is I just need these people to do these things. Impactful means you connect with the person that's doing it, the imperfect person that's doing these things for you. And once you connect on the people level, this is a people business, like you said. And I think that's probably the biggest influence that you had there is you just took care of the people. You took care of the people, and in a real way, you interacted with them, held them accountable to the Wendy's brand, and man, are the results showing out there. So I appreciate you being on the call. Thank you very much for all the hard work you're doing out there. I can't wait till you get that GM hired, and you can take some of that over to the other restaurants that you cover. But thanks, George, for being here today. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right, now with that, we're going to move to the pillar of Big and Breakfast, all the way out to Clay Center, Kansas. Gosh, we've got Andrew Wolf out there. His breakfast percent of sales is almost 15%, like right at 15%. You could argue, let's just call it 15%. Andrew, what do you think? 15% breakfast sales. This impacts the entire business model in his restaurants. Now, he does that through executing the brand. The OSAT for day part one is 100%. So every guest that's filled out a survey said that this was a very, very highly satisfied experience. And Andrew, out there in Clay Center, tell us a couple of the things that you're doing to really drive breakfast sales and to execute breakfast.
Well, for breakfast sales, we really concentrate on making everything a combo and trying to upsize it. And then we really work on just trying to make sure everyone gets what they want. Yeah. So if they want something special, if they want like their coffee made a certain way, that it's made for them by the time they get to the window.
Now you mentioned something that's close to my heart, near and dear to my heart, is this dressed coffee. Now, for some reason, when we look at restaurants that are doing great in breakfast, there's something that they all do, and it's they dress coffee. When we look at restaurants that are really struggling at breakfast, you get all kinds of different things. In fact, I did this video and I sent it out to the district managers, but I want to share just a little clip of that video here with us right now in relation to this dressed coffee piece.
The opportunities that we have been seeing in the field are two simple things: batch cooking and dressed coffee. These two are the most common, and they might just be the most important things to our guests as they're looking for quick breakfast during our day part one. Team, we have to be ready for our guests. And a key way to make sure we are is to batch cook. Now, along with being ready, we have to deliver convenience. Have you ever tried to dress coffee in your lap while driving a car? If you haven't, let me tell you, it's incredibly hard. And this is what we're giving our guests as we're trying to build our breakfast business. Now, if you don't think conveniently dressed coffee versus packets of sugar or cream would determine if a guest comes back or not, just look at the line across the street at the Frozen Arches. They actually do dress every single coffee every single day automatically, no matter what. I'm telling you, team, from experience, it's so incredibly disappointing to get this in the drive-thru of a quick service restaurant. A restaurant that I'm trusting to get in and out and get to work or school on time without fuss. Now, I want you to think of it this way. Picture this with me, okay? Potential guests, every day, they're driving down the street in front of your restaurants each and every day, and while they're driving, they're constantly evaluating risk. They're evaluating how risky it is to pull into your parking lot and spend that hard-earned dollar. First, how will it taste? Well, if done right, we know that we win in that evaluation. Fresh, never frozen, fresh, made to order sandwiches, etc., right? We win hands down over our competitors on taste. Low risk if executed. Now, if we don't execute and we're inconsistent, the risk goes up every time they have a bad experience. Now, the second thing our guests are looking for is speed and accuracy. They're asking, can I get in and out, and did I get what I ordered? If you're not prepared and inaccurate, again, that risk goes up. Now, lastly, especially at breakfast, it's all about convenience. Guests ask themselves, can I reach in that bag and grab a hot, crispy fry or potato wedge while I'm driving with my knee and doing my makeup in the rearview mirror and screaming kids in the back trying to get to school and work on time? You see what I'm saying? Now let's look again at that coffee visual. How risky is this? Seriously, figuring this out while trying to get down the road is problematic at best. Even if customers like dressing it themselves, they still have to pull over to make this happen, or even worse, they stay in your drive-through lane while they do it. Not to mention, we hope they're not stirring it with their finger because we forgot the spoon, right? Team, let's just make a pact right here, right now. Dressed coffee is important and must be executed consistently to win at breakfast. Now, our guests are keeping a running evaluation of risk. Evaluate, lower the risk, and don't make this choice for them.
So you can tell from that video, Andrew, that dressed coffee, it's a thing, right? It's a thing. And from what I understand, you're out in Clay Center. You're making it right for the guests. They want speed and they want accuracy. They want to get in and get out, and they want what they ordered, and they don't want the fuss. The fuss in the morning. If I've got to try to dress that coffee, that's high risk for me. I'm going to the competitor, right? So you guys are really knocking it out there. I love the part about comboing. Gosh, just that extra dollar in a combo or that extra sale, that incremental piece really drives sales during day part one. Well, Andrew, I think you're doing a great job out there, man. I'm glad that you topped the list so we could come out there and check in with you. Big in breakfast. This is a day part that's really driving a lot of the results that you're seeing out in Clay Center. Congratulations. Keep doing the great work, man.
Thanks.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot. All right, so big in breakfast. There's only one category left. It's not that big a deal, is it? No, wait, it's a huge deal. Profit means growth. I think that when you take all those previous pillars, so fun and energizing place to work as a foundation, fast food done right with great restaurant experiences, that's what the customer wants and desires for them to come back more frequently, right? And then big in breakfast, this growth day part, that if we can really utilize breakfast sales, it'll really push all the profits that we're looking for in our entire business model. Out in Junction City, Kansas, we've got Ashley Bryant, who is just really leading the way in this pillar of profit means growth. 13.3% mobile sales, which is awesome. 8% customer comps over last year, 8% positive traffic counts. That's amazing. And then almost a 24% same restaurant growth out in Junction City, Kansas. I'm real excited to bring Ashley Bryant and her district manager, Jennifer Wright, in to let us know what are some of the things you're doing out there, Ashley. First of all, congratulations, and share with us some of the things that you're doing out there to drive that profit.
Sure. So something that we're really focusing on is making sure that we have a guest first culture in the restaurant, making sure that we focus on every guest, trying to push those cars through drive-through. The more cars that we have, the more profit we can make. We've really trained to make sure that all of our cashiers are very comfortable and that it's the culture to suggest and sell and upsell all of our combos. So that's something that we hold accountable and that we really check on each other and make sure that that gets done consistently.
Now that combo piece, right? Jennifer shared with me earlier some numbers related to that combo piece that you guys are doing. I mean, I think this is probably a real key to driving that incremental sales. Now, combos, right? So we got combos, but then the upgrade of that combo to a medium or a large, right? I know that right now half of those combos across our system, roughly, are upsized, if you will, right? What's your all's percent out there in Junction City?
Our combo upsell percent is 77.03.
So 77% of all the combos you sell, we upgrade them, right? That is a profit driver, sales driver, of course, but a profit driver as well. So that's great. I love customer first focused, being a customer first business. If you're not, gosh, you just need to get in another business, right? So great job out there. I appreciate you. Congratulations on kind of topping the list here in the territory for profit. I know that that's what all the big guys want. They want those. They want profit, right? So congratulations, and I appreciate that. So moving on to this last category, right? So we've got all 5 pillars: fun and energizing place to work, fast food done right with great restaurant experiences, and big in breakfast, leads to this profit pillar that we're pushing with mobile sales. But if you take all 5 of those together, I'm so excited that Annabelle is here. She's the general manager out at 8951 in Shawnee, Kansas. She's here with her district manager, Talia. And Talia, looking at Annabelle's performance, she's above target in crew training. Her taste is above 85%, French fry taste above 80%, mobile sales above 8%, period to date, same restaurant sales. Year to date, same restaurant sales above 18%, breakfast sales above 8%. All these numbers, like speed of service, 184, OSATs at 87.5. I mean, you take it across the entire spectrum of all the things that we're looking at. Annabelle's really doing a great job. Can you share with us a little bit some of the things that she's doing that drives some of those results?
Yes. So my GM, she is very focused on her culture, especially when new employees hit the restaurant when there's their first job, likely. She has made a promise to have all of her new hires get treated with respect and a lot of patience. She said they are new and they probably their first job. So just the training environment that she has and the culture she has changed in her restaurant has really just helped. And with her taking care of her people, they're more likely to take care of their customers. So that just goes into our SMG, which is really great. She is very driven. If there's a guest issue, she empowers all of her team members and managers to address the issue. And then she's also very financially driven with labor and food costs as well. She's one of those managers. She'll see it and she'll say it. And then also, lastly, she's really, she told me that she has a lot of passion and love for her job, which is really nice because they see that in the store and they're like, wow, my boss loves her job. And then they start to love it. And so the environment altogether just is great. So
yeah, it's funny, as I saw on some social media channel somewhere, there was just a quote that said, "It's okay to love your job." Like, it's okay. You don't have to say, "I gotta go to work," and just that attitude of loving my job. And I know you guys went off camera there for a minute because we're having some connectivity issues, but I appreciate you going off and then just using the voice there. But to see you guys back on the screen, I think that what I heard you say was a lot of things that add up to some good success, right? Our jobs are hard. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it, right? And George would have a manager out in Topeka, right? But it's not easy. And I love it's okay if you love your job. I love the fact that you've taken your experience with crew members and with training, and you've connected with that new team member. I've always said, and I may have heard it from somewhere, I'd like to say that I thought of it, but I don't think I did. But exceptional people want to work for exceptional people, right? And if you don't treat your people right, you're not an exceptional person. And Annabelle, you are an exceptional person, and I appreciate your leadership, how you've run your restaurant. You were saying earlier when we were kind of interviewing for the call here today that you had an experience as a crew member not a crew member, I'm sorry, in training, experience in training, where there just wasn't any patience for, sometimes we can get in this business. We are in the fast food business, right? What's the key word there? Is fast. And sometimes if we don't give our new, not perfect human team members, including me, like when I went through training, I experienced that pressure of, just not tolerating it, not being nice, right? In training, you were telling a story earlier about how you make sure that all your new crew members feel the love, if you will, right? And you've got patience for them. You're going to be there for them. And I think that that's what's really driving a lot of your success, is the environment that you create. And I just think it's awesome. So I appreciate everybody coming on today. I appreciate your time as well, because we're busy. We got to get back to work. The sun's out, right? Sun's out, guns out. We got to go make some sales, right? And I appreciate all your time today. And go continue to lead out in the territory, lead in the system, and know that you're appreciated. I have all of you on this screen right now because you are. You're important to Wendy's, and we know that you guys are the ones that are really driving the results. So congratulations. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you guys all next time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.